So today we'll be taking a look at why Sasha Banks is talking about marriage with Bailey, Snoop Dogg's AEW appearance, and how WWE seems to be strongly reacting towards it. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new and drop a like below. Let's get into it with this Sasha Banks and Bailey news. 2020 was the year and full story of Sasha Banks and Bailey, from their friendship being perfectly intact to their massive fallout and breakup with each other during the fall. But when could we see them cross paths again? A lot of fans felt like their feud was very short-lived. Sure, it was a really long path to get to their breakup, but once the breakup happened, they were completely done with the story, just a handful of weeks later. Why is that? A lot of fans assume that WWE cut the feud short so that they don't burn the fans out with Sasha Banks vs. Bailey, and so that they could save their future matches and feuds when the live crowds return. Originally, Sasha Banks and Bailey were supposed to face off at this year's SummerSlam at TD Garden in Boston, Sasha's hometown. It was going to be a massive moment for Sasha Banks as she finally defeated Bailey and captured the SmackDown Women's title in front of her hometown crowd, which always goes crazy for Sasha. That would have been something special. The feud would have continued from there. Now, obviously, that didn't happen for reasons out of WWE's control, so they tried prolonging it, hoping that fans would eventually return so they could finally do Sasha vs. Bailey. But once it was clear that fans weren't coming to any live shows anytime soon, WWE went ahead with Sasha vs. Bailey. But like we mentioned before, it was really just the Hell in a Cell match and the SmackDown match, and then the feud just ended. Both matches were beyond well received by fans and brought in some of the highest ratings of the pandemic era in WWE. So why not stretch it out and get as much as you can out of it? Well, it's possible that WWE is saving their next matchup with each other for WrestleMania or any other event that fans will be at. Sasha Banks was even asked by Charlotte Wilder of WWE on Fox about linking up with Bailey again and when we could see that happen. That's when Sasha joked and brought up the idea of WWE marrying them to each other. Sasha had this to say about the possibility of linking back up with Bailey. Knowing WWE, absolutely. It is so crazy here. Do you not know what I do for a living? Of course. We will be best friends, probably by tomorrow. This is WWE. They'll probably make us get married. Who knows? Maybe next year. It's WWE. So I wanted to talk about this because what she said is true. You looked at Sasha and Bailey's breakup, and you might say to yourself, that was a bad breakup. No way they're getting back together anytime soon. And that's an understandable reaction to have. I sort of feel the same way. There's just no way we'll see Sasha and Bailey back together in a few months like nothing ever happened. But like Sasha said, this is WWE. It's crazy, it's hectic, and pretty much anything can happen. They can erase a previous storyline at the snap of their fingers. WWE can decide to pair them back up at any given day, and all of a sudden, they'll be back together. That's just how it is. So really, at any given time, we can see another match between the two of them or see them make up and get back together. Just look at everything Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville went through this year. A lot of people would assume that there's no coming back from that, but the characters just apologize to each other and they're reunited. So it's not that difficult for WWE to undo a massive breakup. But which would you rather have? Do you want to watch Sasha Banks and Bailey face off against each other again, or would you rather see them reunite? Snoop Dogg upsets WWE with AEW appearance, and now WWE is pulling everything they have of him. Apparently, this is happening and it's real. Snoop Dogg went viral for his commentary during the Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. fight from a few weeks back. Everyone loved his work and was very entertained by his performance on the show. We know AEW is making some big moves with the signing of Sting and some big celebrity appearances, such as Shaq. Well, it looks like Snoop Dogg is being added to that list of celebrity appearances for AEW, and it doesn't seem like WWE is too pleased with it. Snoop Dogg is not signed to WWE in any way at all, but everyone sort of views him as this unofficial WWE ambassador. He's made dozens of appearances for WWE over the years, We even hear his voice every week on WWE television with Sasha Banks' theme song. So you can see that he had a lot of ties to the company, especially the fact he is related to SmackDown Women's Champion, Sasha Banks. However, Snoop is a businessman. He's not officially committed to WWE. So if an opportunity comes his way, he's not going to check first with WWE. He's going to jump on that opportunity right away. And understandably so. There isn't anything wrong with that. But of course, there may be some individuals within WWE that aren't really happy with his AEW appearance by Snoop Dogg. What we learned over the last year or so is that you can't play both sides. You can't be on good terms with WWE and AEW at the same time. Especially with big celebrities like this, it's weird and strange to look at it like that. It basically feels like you have to pick a side. You're either with WWE or you're with AEW. You can't really hang between and make appearances for both. So the fact that Snoop Dogg is appearing for AEW may make some individuals look at him like he's betraying WWE. In reality, everyone knows that Snoop means no disrespect to WWE. He's just a fan of wrestling and was given the business opportunity with AEW, so he took it. But the question that still remains unanswered is, how will WWE continue to react to the news? Like we mentioned before, Snoop Dogg basically plays a role and appears every week on WWE television because his vocals are all over Sasha's new theme song. So if Snoop continues to make a few appearances for AEW, will this put Sasha's new theme song in jeopardy? I want to say no. I think Sasha's theme is going to be okay, but you just never know how petty they can get. His vocals could be ripped from the song in a few weeks, and everyone will be wondering why. So it's a good question to ask and wonder about right now. How will WWE react, and will Sasha's theme be left alone? We'll have to wait and see. One thing they have already done is pull the entire Snoop Dogg and Undertaker merchandise line from the shop. So it seemed like their pettiness is starting to be activated. For those of you that are unaware, Snoop Dogg and Undertaker went on Instagram Live, and they had a great conversation about several WWE topics and promoted Survivor Series. Right after that live stream ended, WWE announced the official collaboration merchandise for The Undertaker and Snoop Dogg. There were several designs featuring the legendary rapper and WWE legend. But after this AEW news came out for Snoop Dogg, the entire clothing line disappeared. So that sort of gives you an idea of what their reaction was. I wasn't worried about Sasha's theme disappearing before, but after seeing what they did with Snoop Dogg's merchandise, I'm a little more concerned. If they're going to give Snoop that classic erase treatment, it seems to be like that will include his vocals on Sasha's song. This is going to be a story to keep an eye on, especially with Sasha's theme song, so keep your ears open for any changes to her song in the coming weeks. But what are your thoughts on today's wrestling news? What did you think about Sasha's comments about WWE pairing her back together with Bayley and the new Snoop Dogg AEW drama? Leave your comments, don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.